The content is that process validation. Definition is process validation, and the collection and evaluation of the data. First question is that what is meant by process validation? Okay, so if you want to say that what is meant by process validation, we can say that the collection and evaluation of data throughout the product life cycle, which provides documented scientific evidence that a process is capable of consistently delivering the product quality. That is called the process validation. Means what we are going to check the consistency of the product quality, that is called the process validation. So there are three types: prospective validation, concurrent validation, and retrospective validation. If you want to say that prospective, if somebody asks for the definition, prospective validation means during the development stage, the product is going in the development stage, that time we are going to check the process validation, and on the basis of risk analysis of the production process, which is broken down into individual steps. Individual steps means like that your granulation, compression, coating, packing, all the complete process is broken into the stepwise. So these are evaluated on the basis of past experiences and to determine whether they may lead a critical situations in the product. So this is called process validation. Prospective means during the process, during the your development stage. Now the second term is that concurrent validation carried out during the routine production, which we are carrying out during the routine production. It's called as the concurrent validation. And next one is the retrospective process validation. Retrospective means periodic, you are evaluating the things are in the existence, and the data is already established. Okay. The retrospective process validation is a method to confirm the reliability and consistency of a manufacturing process by analyzing historical production, quality control, process data, product already in the distribution or use. It is typically used for well-established legacy product, means those products are already established in the organization. We are going to check in the retrospective process validation. It is typically used for well-established legacy products that were not validated according to the contemporary standards when they were introduced. Means the legacy product, existing products, well-established product that were not validated according to contemporary standard when they were introduced. Means when the product is introduced, that time maybe some of the deficiencies were there, but over a period we can check this validation with respect to retrospective approach. So verification by electronic tools means 10 to 20 batches that are documented evidence that the process consistently produces a quality product. So if you want to say that in details the prospective, concurrent and retrospective validation approach, the prospective, concurrent and retrospective validation are three different approaches conducting process validation in the pharmaceutical and medical device industries. Here is we can see the in detailed explanation. Prospective validation means the validation involves in the validation during the manufacturing process before commercial. Means the validation is carried out before commercial, that is the development stage, and production begins or a new process is implemented. It is typically carried out for a new products, new equipment, or significant changes to the existing process. The goal is to establish documented evidence that the process is consistently produces the desired quality results within the predetermined specification and quality attributes. That is the prospective validation. So prospective validation typically follows a systematic approach like that, starting off IQ, OQ of the equipment, PQ of the process. These process parameters are critical control points identified. We can say that these are the critical control points, and extensive testing and data collection are performed to demonstrate the process capability and consistency, which results into form a basis of process approval and subsequent commercial manufacturing. So this is comes under the prospective validation. So how we can say that Concurrent validation involves the validation of a manufacturing process that is already in the routine productions. Means your product is already established and you are going to do the validation because of certain changes or certain verifications. So it is performed which actual production is ongoing with the purpose of evaluating the process performance, ensuring its ongoing control and compliance. Concurrent validation is conducted when changes are made to the process, equipment, materials, or when new batches or lots are introduced. Means suppose in current scenario, if you have 5 lakh batch size, if you are going to make 10 lakh batch size, your RMG is changing, blender is changing, maybe sometimes compression machine required to change because of higher batch size. So when the major changes carried out and it may impact on the process quality, so that time concurrent validation is to be done. The concurrent validation, the process is monitored and evaluated in real time with a focus on collecting process data, assessing its variability. Statistical process control techniques such as control charts, trend analysis are commonly used to analyze the data and determine the process stability and capability. So what we have to check, the process is stable or not. So with view of this, process stability and capability to be checked. During this validation, if any deviation, OS, OT or something happened, incidents happened, it should go through investigation procedure and corrective actions are implemented to maintain the process control. So we have to do the process control as well. Now if we say that retrospective validation involves the validation of a manufacturing process based on the historical data and records. It is typically performed when a process has been outlined production for a significant period without formal validation. Means when the validation has to be carried out, it is typically performed when a process has been routine production for a significant period, and without formal validation when there is a need to validate an existing process that lacks documented validation evidences. Means what happened when we are going to do the retrospective validation in the manufacturing process based on the historical data and records, it is typically performed when a process has been routine production or significant period without formal validation. Okay, when there is a need to validate an existing process, if you want to say that the existing process to be validated, we are going to be retrospective validation. In retrospective validation, existing production data, batch records and other relevant documentation are reviewed and analyzed to assess the process performance and consistency. The aim is to determine if the process has consistently produced product that meets the desired quality attribute and specification. What you have to check, the desired quality attributes and the specification results. So data analysis and statistical technique and other evaluation methods are employed to identify any trends, variability or potential issues in the historical data. We want to evaluate whether any potential issues in the historic data, means if something fail or some OS, OT, deviations like that, or product history. If there is any product history, we have to consider.